Mohamed Salah has called time on his Liverpool career. The Egyptian king posted an emotional video on social media confirming he will depart Anfield at the end of the 2025-26 season. 9 legendary years on Merseyside are coming to an end. Now, the Premier League champions must look to the future and find a replacement. Today, we're breaking down 8 transfer options Liverpool could target to replace one of the greatest players in their history. Let's get into it. 8. Johan Bakayoko, RB Leipzig. Let's start with Johan Bakayoko. He's probably an outsider in this succession contest, but Bakayoko has long been rumoured to be a target for Liverpool since breaking through at PSV Eindhoven. Back in January 2025, he even pronounced that he could definitely join the Reds after scoring a Champions League goal against them at Anfield. Those words created huge excitement among Liverpool fans who saw him as a potential long-term successor to Salah. However, those links have gone quiet of late, and the Belgian winger has since taken the next step in his career. He joined RB Leipzig in the summer in what seems like a classic stepping stone move from the Dutch league to one of Europe's top 5 leagues. But after a fast start in Germany, he has faded badly and now finds himself reduced to a bit-part role in Eastern Germany. 7. Dango Ouattara, Brentford. Dango Ouattara is one of the unsung stars of the Premier League season. The versatile Burkina Faso attacker has given Brentford bang for their buck following his club record £42.5 million move from Bournemouth in the summer. That was a huge investment for a club like Brentford, but it's already paying dividends. Ouattara has been instrumental in his side's unexpected surge up the table under manager Keith Andrews. He's racked up a combined 12 goals and assists at the time of writing, despite missing a significant chunk of the season due to participation at the Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. That's impressive output for a player who's still adapting to his new club and dealing with international commitments. Like the man whose big shoes he would be stepping into, Ouattara could develop into a hero at Anfield. He's got pace, power, directness, and an eye for goal. Those are all qualities that Salah possesses, and Ouattara has shown he can deliver them in the Premier League. Liverpool could do a lot worse than taking a punt on him. 6. Bradley Barcola, PSG. Bradley Barcola was very much the other winger at Paris Saint-Germain last season. With Kavicha Kvaratskhelia and Desire Dow hogging the limelight as the French giants surged to that elusive first ever Champions League crown, Barcola was left on the sidelines for the biggest matches. Barcola remains in and out of the PSG starting 11 depending on who's available and what tactical system Luis Enrique decides to deploy. But the reigning champions of Europe would still be reluctant to sell the France international even if he's not necessarily the first name on the team sheet. He's young, French, and has the potential to develop into a world-class player. If anyone were to try and pry Barcola away from PSG, it could cost them a 9-figure sum. That's a lot of money for a player who isn't even a guaranteed starter at his current club. Liverpool would have to be absolutely sure he's the right fit and that he can step up and deliver immediately before spending that kind of money on him.
Hey Goal 90 family, what's good? The World Cup season is here and you already know the vibes on this channel. So for everyone who's been rocking with us, Goal 90 Shop has World Cup jerseys for the whole squad. Men, women and kids. Whatever country you're repping, we've got ya. Home kits, away kits, clean classics and the loud ones. Instant match day energy. And it's love from us. Free shipping worldwide. Grab yours now and let's run this tournament together.
5. Yanda Ouattara, RB Leipzig. Yanda Ouattara is a big reason why the aforementioned Johan Bakayoko has struggled for game time of late at RB Leipzig. Ouattara has been an absolute revelation for Leipzig this season, and signing him looks like a typically shrewd piece of business by the Red Bull Group. The 19-year-old Ivorian cost just €20 million when he arrived from Spanish side Leganés in the summer, and the Bundesliga club already looks set to make a handsome profit on their investment. That's what the Red Bull system does best. They identify young talent, develop it quickly, and sell for massive profits. A rapid, dazzling dribbler who clearly has an eye for goal, the young Ivorian could be the ideal long-term successor to Salah. He has similar attributes: pace, direct running, the ability to beat defenders one-on-one, and composure in front of goal. But Leipzig will be in no rush to let him go. They know they have a special talent on their hands and they'll want to develop him further and maximize his value before cashing in. Liverpool would need to pay big money to convince Leipzig to sell this summer. 4. Christian Pulisic, AC Milan. Christian Pulisic has been on Liverpool's radar for years, dating back to the American star's breakthrough at Borussia Dortmund when Jurgen Klopp was still in charge at Anfield. He has since played for Chelsea and AC Milan without the Reds ever formalising their reported interest. Perhaps they were biding their time in the background, waiting for the right moment. Now may be the opportune moment to strike, especially in light of the unfolding Salah saga. Granted, he has been playing more centrally this year rather than out wide, but the USMNT captain has developed into exactly the kind of influential attacker Liverpool may have been playing the long game for. He's experienced, knows English football from his time at Chelsea, and is playing some of the best football of his career right now. At 27 years old, Pulisic would give Liverpool a good 5 or 6 years at the top level before he starts to decline. He's not the flashiest name on this list, but he's reliable, proven, and would be a smart, safe option for Liverpool if they want to avoid taking a big risk on an unproven youngster. 3. Nico Williams, Athletic Club. Nico Williams could finally be on the move in the coming months, despite committing his immediate future to Athletic Club just last summer, much to Barcelona's expense and embarrassment. The Catalan giants thought they had a deal wrapped up, but Williams pulled out at the last minute and stayed in Bilbao. As they start to plan for life without Salah, it would be no surprise to see Liverpool position themselves to land Nico as soon as possible. The Spain international represents a gettable, top-level winger target who has the potential to be a long-term replacement for the Egyptian, although it would require some positional flexibility as he is predominantly a left winger rather than a right winger like Salah. His new release clause stands at a competitive €90 million, which is approximately £79 million. For a player of Williams' quality, age and potential, that's actually a decent price in today's inflated transfer market. Liverpool should be seriously considering activating that clause this summer. 2. Michael Olise, Bayern Munich. This would be the dream signing for Liverpool. Links with Michael Olise began way before he even got to Bayern Munich, with the Reds seemingly earmarking him as a potential Salah successor when he was still tearing it up at Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Since making the move to Bavaria last summer, Olise has entered a different stratosphere of superstar. He is now genuinely one of Europe's deadliest and most effective outlets from the wing, consistently delivering goals and assists at the highest level. He's also established himself as a regular in the France national team, which is no easy feat given the incredible depth of talent they have in attacking positions. But if Liverpool are genuinely serious about replacing Salah with a player of similar quality and impact, Olise is the closest thing to a like-for-like replacement available on the market. He's got the pace, the dribbling ability, the goals and the assists. He's already playing at the highest level week in, week out and delivering consistently. If Liverpool can somehow afford him, they should go all in for Olise. 1. Rayo Nangumoha, the curveball option. But do Liverpool actually need to spend a single penny on a replacement? That's a question they will seriously need to weigh up over the coming months. They have someone in their ranks who could genuinely save them a significant sum of money in the long run, but backing him will take a hell of a lot of trust from the club's board and whoever the manager may be beyond this season. Salah's exit will clear that pathway altogether, giving Ngumoha a genuine opportunity to establish himself. Liverpool also shouldn't need the kind of consistent output from their new right winger that Salah has delivered year on year. The intention of spending more than £240 million on Alexander Isak and Florian Wirtz is surely to ensure that the goal-scoring burden is shared going forward across multiple players. Ngumoha is raw and inexperienced, but he's special. Liverpool have a proud history of trusting young players and watching them develop into superstars. So there you have it. 8 options for Liverpool to replace Mohamed Salah this summer. Which option do you think they should pursue? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one.